Today on XPlay, we encase our heads in a deep dive discussion about virtual reality, and the hosts enter the purple-coated Thunderdome that is Streamer Squabble. The Darren Trophy will be mine. It's game time.
What up, nerds? Welcome to XPlay.
TBH, what would you do if you had a state-of-the-art VR helmet?
Definitely not attend a virtual DJ Catastrophic concert on the Attack of the Show's VR server.
Well, crap, now I have to start all over on your Christmas present.
The struggle's real, even in cyberspace, so check out our deep dive into VR starting right now. Johnny Mnemonic, Lawnmower Man, Lawnmower Man 2, Beyond Cyberspace. These masterclasses in cinema presented a world in which virtual reality wasn't simply tight as hell, but the future commercial VR has been readily available for the last 5 years, and we're still wondering if it's actually the future or just another niche in the wide world of gaming. Hell, the whole reason I'm in this couch is to debate the very topic and join the discussion on the state of VR, where we see, it's gonna be Adam, Gerard, I can't read. Adam, Gerard, Austin, Creed, and our boosted host, Golden Boy. Don't you love that terrible intro?
I thought you nailed it.
Yeah, I thought you nailed it. He just made it back from a trip in the Bronx using VR, so I appreciate you joining us.
Yeah, with my Hacker Man power glove.
Golden Boy, we know you're a very big fan of VR, which you're passionate about the medium, so talk about how you got into it. What was your first VR headset?
So, I like most people during the pandemic, right? Like, you know, because that's how you fit Star Senses now in 2021. You know, VR was just like, hey, this is this really cool thing. And the technology was like readily available. And it all happened because of the Oculus Quest 2, because they made the Quest so affordable. It's the most affordable standalone VR headset. It's not the best VR headset, but it is a good standalone VR. And there are differences. There's like PC VR, where you connect your VR like a Valve Index to a PC. PlayStation VR, where you'll connect it to your PlayStation. And then you have standalones like the MetaQuest, which use like Qualcomm essentially chips to like, you know, make VR happen in real time with standalone sets. It's pretty cool.
Cool. Is anybody else a big fan of VR here?
Oh yeah. At first I was like, oh, this isn't gonna catch on. And then immediately I was like, oh man, 12 hours have gone by and I feel really sick. This is great, I love this. One of the best games that no one ever talks about is a game called Blasters of the Universe. And it's this game where you get pulled into an arcade game. It's like a shoot 'em up in that like, you're seeing all the like hundreds of units on screen shooting at you and you have to dodge and duck and dive and shoot. And it's just, I don't know, it made me feel like I was a part of the game so much more, and that kind of made me go to Beat Saber, and then eventually down to Half-Life Alyx, and now Resident Evil 4 VR just came out. So to me, what it's conveying is that VR is not slowing down, it's only just growing more and more.
I'm obsessed with VR. So as soon as it dropped on through Steam, I got that one and realized very quickly I did not look at what you needed to set up in order to use this.
Yeah.
So that's like you had to have sensors in different corners of the rooms, and I had no space to do this, so I would just travel with it and try to set it up in random places where I had enough space to use it with my laptop. So upgrading all the way to now, we've got the Oculus Quest 2. Absolutely incredible. And so for somebody who gets motion sickness in certain VR games, like so if you're moving, when my body is moving or my brain is moving in the game, my body's not, I have this weird disconnect where I immediately get queasy. But after playing so often, I'm playing for 5 minutes, and playing for 15 and 20, like I can stay in there for a pretty good chunk of time. So playing games like Medal of Honor came out last year.
Yeah, the Medal of Honor game is fantastic on VR.
Incredible. And that's one of the games where, so most of the games you can just play with the headset standalone, but Medal of Honor is like 100 gigs and you gotta plug into your computer, use that power too. But running around playing like deathmatch with people is one of the most fun things that I've ever done in VR.
Yeah.
And that's aside from all the music games, which some of them, so Electronaut is one that has no objectives. It's just got like, I don't know, 50 popular songs, and you get all the stems of them. So stems being like the bass line, the drums, the guitar, and you can mix and match them however you want to make your own version of the song. So for me, VR, I like a lot more of the music games and the experiences that you get from it that you can't get doing anything else.
But the unfortunate reality is that VR is still a niche medium, and you are the expert. So what do you feel like it needs to do to actually reach that mainstream audience?
Well, I mean, over the course of the last year, especially again because of 2020, like you saw a huge boost in the market share of the Quest. I believe the Quest 2 market share right now, it leapt from like, 10% up to like 33, almost 40%. Because, and I saw some people in the chat say like, it's not affordable in the context of devices like the Index or PlayStation VR.
It's
far more affordable.
But this is my biggest issue with VR. I am not against it as like an idea, like, and that there's anything wrong with the games. I'm invested in a VR company and I'm actually appear in some VR games. But the biggest inhibiting factor for me, and this is why I love the fact that, you know, you're in the Bronx and you're able to play VR. I don't have the space. Like, I want to do the proper thing. I cannot give up a room where I live in San Francisco to VR. Like,
so to speak to that, and I think it's actually quite funny you mentioned it. So we were in a small apartment, right, in New York when I got my Quest. And I remember it like coming in the mail and my wife just being like, what are you doing? Why have you done this? Like, I put the headset on, I was like, babe, this is so cool. She's like, you look like an idiot. This is ridiculous. And then I went into my office, because I had a real small office in our old apartment in Brooklyn. And I remember, like, you can map the play space area, and it actually does a stupendous job of like informing you of when you're going out of bounds. Problem is that if you have a small play space, it's very
You're gonna
easy
go out of bounds all the time. That's what I found when I was trying out my Oculus.
First thing I did, I was playing, oh my God, Echo Arena, I think that's what it is. Anyway, I was playing that, and then I immediately went to throw the disc, and I just smacked the crap out of my monitor. Because it was like right there, I was like, this is fun! Oh no! And then like, I just saw everything. So then I ended up having to buy these attachments, these silicone attachments for my controller, so that this way I wouldn't damage my property. So yeah, you need some space. You definitely do.
I feel like it depends on what game you're playing. Because I, many a times before I go to bed, will put the headset on, sitting in bed, map out my area while I'm sitting in the bed, and then play Tetris for however long I want to.
Oh, that's that's
I'm
nice.
in this VR space. I don't have to move my body around at all. I can look at the dolphins crashing in 360 degrees around me. It's incredible. So I think that idea that you have to have space to enjoy these VR headsets is a complete myth, because
You definitely
there are
don't.
tons of games.
Some games you do. I think though, like, I'll gladly push that aside, because I do think that the medium, we're not quite there yet. There's still a lot that needs to be done.
I think the other thing is that I don't think that the killer app for VR is games. Yeah, that's not gonna be the first one. It's going to be sports. And think about it. You could sell an infinite number of 50-yard line seats to the Super Bowl in so many texts that they always look to games to try to like to be the vanguard. Yeah. And I don't think that works with VR the same way it does with other things.
I agree with you on some standpoint, but the other one that I don't is that I feel like the upside to going to a sporting event is doing it in a social aspect, social setting. The people that would not, the people that wouldn't have access to go do these things with like a group of friends, hey, we're 50 of us, we're going to the Super Bowl, we're traveling, like that person's gonna go. They might not be at 50-yard line, but they'd rather experience it in the nosebleeds with their friends. And I feel like the people who are attached to VR right now are people who would want that social experience, and that's why they're in the VR chat. And so when VR first dropped, my dad actually said this. He was like, I don't think people are gonna use this to play games. It's not gonna be the biggest use for it. It'd be like medicine might be one, because you're able to put on a headset and someone can teach you how to perform an operation.
Oh yeah, VR as an enterprise has been massive. It's a booming industry, whether it's aeronautics training, driving, like all this stuff. Like, I mean, we've seen some incredible advances in the tech, and I do think that there is a lot of potential, and that's why I'm like extremely bullish on it. But I will say one thing. PlayStation's dropping the ball. You want to know why?
Why?
They should just do PlayStation Home VR, man. That's the vibe. That the PlayStation Home is the best thing ever. Give me VR.
We just witnessed three gentlemen disagree, and you guys kept it respectful. I love that.
Yeah.
Internet, did you see that?
Yeah.
Chat, did you see that?
And guess what? This ain't gonna go viral.
It's not.
This won't go viral.
I love it.
You guys, VR sucks. Quick, curse out Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg.
Hey, Frost, do you feel that?
The impending doom of a heavily branded segment on the way? Yes, I do.
We go head-to-head in a battle of wits called Xfinity Streamer Squabble when we come back.
Don't go anywhere.
If you really want to win this, we should do the freeze-drive ritual! Silence! TBH, the elixir!
Elixir?
I brought Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper is the elixir.
Hi, thanks for joining the Payne Motors quarterly earnings call. And now I'll turn you over to our new CEO.
The numbers last quarter were rough. Mea culpa. Well, not mea culpa, actually. Vea culpa. Let's sell the crap out of this car.
It looks like the car was assembled by a spider on LSD who also had bad taste.
It tested well.
American Auto premieres January 4th on NBC and watch 2 episodes now on Peacock.
She moved to New York to follow a dream.
Welcome to the Empire State.
And then she's the victim of a violent murder.
New York detectives have seen it all.
You want to give that family justice.
And only we can take you to the scene of the crime.
The person who did this murder was very familiar with the Opera House.
It takes a city of dreams to create these nightmares.
It was a world-famous pizzeria.
Does this have something to do with the mafia?
New York Homicide, a new series, premieres Saturday, January 1st, only on Oxygen True Crime.
Welcome back to XPlay. Every month or so, XPlay suffers a form of competitive werewolfism called the Xfinity Streamer Squabble. Our hosts team up with Xfinity Streamer Squad to battle it out in a non-lethal squid game for the coveted Darren Trophy, which is, of course, a trophy once owned by a kid named Darren. Witness the carnage and whipped cream-filled beards.
Ho, 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 ho.
What the hell is that?
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas, naughty XPlay hosts.
What? Santa?
Hey. Oh, no.
Oh, yes, it is I, Santa Claus, a perfectly placed character for the holiday feels.
Oh, boy.
I'm here to assist you with charitable donations.
Okay, Santa, that's very nice, but I don't think we need a character.
I am more than just a character, young man. I am.
Holy crap! It's him! It's him!
No.
Are you
It's gotta be him!
Oh, I'm not. Just keep going.
It's gotta be him!
Santa's wide open.
I am Joe Beretta.
Yeah!
And you know what that means. It's time for the Xfinity Streamer Squabble! Now up, get to your podiums. Now we're giving away money to charity today, thanks to our friends at Xfinity and Gang Beast. Come on, get moving, except for you, Frosk. You get back here. You sit right here. This won't be awkward at all. You're staying here with me today.
Great.
Yeah, I'm excited too. Hey, remember yesterday a random brand producer came up to you, then pushed you into a tiny little stream closet and wouldn't let you go until you read all those lines?
Yeah, back into the closet.
Yeah, well, that was for this very moment. Roll the clip.
Gang Beast, the classic beat-em-up party
Louder.
game. Ah, yeah! Gang Beast, the classic beat-em-up party game filled with jelly boys and saggy, slappy, sick toys. Coming to you now and...
More energy!
Coming to you now, IRL!
Louder!
Who are you people? Coming to you now, IRL, with the physical editions for Nintendo Switch. Am I done now?
The stickers!
What?
Mention the stickers loudly!
Gang Beast, physical copies come with an exclusive sticker set, and it's out for Nintendo Switch now!
One more line.
Seriously, do I have... Can I please go home?
Say it.
Whoa, mommy, you surely won't be sorry, Sally, if you secure a slice of the sweet Gang Beast pie.
Today's Xfinity Streamer Squabble is a very special squabble. Thanks to our friends at Xfinity and Gang Beasts, we're giving away $20,000 to charity. Woo! Yes, screams! A whopping $10,000 for first place, $5,000 for second place, $3,000 for third, and $2,000 for fourth place because everybody wins.
Well, let's get into the spirit of this giving.
And competition.
Now, our plan players today will be running through an obstacle course that will lead them to a game of Gang Beasts. Now, the first obstacle will be Xfinity Speed Trivia. Players will need to answer 2 trivia questions before moving on to the next challenge.
Yes, and the second obstacle will have our players put in 7 Legend of Celtic games in chronological order. Hold for Are You Okay? All right, moving on. Chronological order by the release date of the games. After that, the mind games are over. The third challenge, the players are gonna need to find Jim in the pie.
Is that an Earthworm Jim reference?
Possibly. Blame the producers, not the host. But I do love the idea of our players burying their face in pie looking for a sour worm for charity. It's good times.
True! Now, the final challenge is what we at XPlay are known for. Gaming. After rushing as fast as they can through the first 3 challenges, the physical edition of Gang Beasts will be set up on the XPlay set.
As soon as a player gets to the game, they will pick up the controller and try to remove the other players desperately from the wrestling ring arena. This will be kind of like musical chairs meets gaming meets bad TV.
Now, the last man standing will win $10,000 for their charity. Second place is $5,000, and $3,000 to third, and $2,000 to fourth place.
Yeah, fist pumps for all. Before you start your amazing journey, we have some messages from home.
It was handcrafted by a very muscly bound Swiss man all the way from Orlando, Florida. Is that Cesaro?
It's gotta be. Austin, Swiss here. Everybody here at Up, left, right wishes you, like good luck, I guess, because we all know you'll need it. I mean, your track record is not necessarily the best, but yeah, I guess good luck. I mean, it won't be good for charity, but
just because of that, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win for everybody but Cesaro.
What a vote of confidence. Players, are you ready?
No. Yes!
Yeah!
Calm down, Gerard.
Sorry, you wanted high-octane competition, and I'm a gamer, so I gotta show up.
Yeah.
Those are the rules. Right? Yeah, okay.
Here we go. With the power of Xfinity Gig Speed Wi-Fi, you're gonna be slapping those buzzers. The first one who hits, like a so, gets to answer. Frosk has the final say on who gets to answer. I want no buzzer anarchy here. We are moving ultra fast, and any buzzing before the question comes out of my mouth will not be able to answer. Do you got that?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, chef.
You got it. Do you all got it?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, well then we're gonna jump right into it. Remember, she understands. Remember, 2 questions right and you get to move on to your board. Are we ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. What is Luigi's last name?
Mario.
Yes! Number 2. What is the original Call of Duty Warzone map?
Marcel?
Verdansk.
Yes! 1 and 1. Name the developer of the original Crash Bandicoot.
I think it's Gerard.
Naughty Dog.
Ooh, yes! Oh, we're on fire! When Video Game Donkey says strand type game, what game is he referring to?
It's Gerard.
Go with Death Stranding.
That's correct.
That's correct. All right, that's 2 for you. You get to move on. All right, what game coined the phrase boom shakalaka?
That's Austin.
NBA Jam.
That's correct.
Go.
Mario, the character originated in which video game series?
Donkey Kong.
Correct. What are the digital pets found in Sonic games called?
Chow Chows.
Correct. And the company Riot is best known for which game?
League of Legends.
Boom, everybody can go to the boards. Go to their boards.
Okay, now at this stage, guys, if you... Oh, what? You already done?
Oh, wait, we gotta check.
What the? They're putting the Legend of Zelda games in order.
Y'all picked the hardest Zelda games. Oh
Wait. So top is what? Top is what?
Top is last. Bottom is first ones.
I dead ass.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, Gerard is just eating. Checking.
Check me!
Yes, you got it right. You got it right.
Okay.
Run, Austin!
Go. Do wrestling stuff to him.
Yeah!
And now
All right.
I need a hint.
We got Marcel at the board. You need a hint, Marcel? There's a board right here.
Guys, this is very
I got it.
to watch.
Where do I
I'm
go?
very upset with everything
Where do I go?
that's
Oh my
happening.
gosh,
Gerard
it's
is
a
making his way
massacre.
down the straightaway there, looking to join the game base.
You got him!
Oh my gosh, Gerard and Austin Creed, neck and neck.
What color is who?
I am orange.
Okay,
Keep going,
Gerard
keep going.
Orange has already kicked
Use
someone
Gerard.
out of the ring. Now
He's like
it's
that
Austin
kid that
Creed
you
with
sat
Blaze.
next to
Blaze
in
are
high
going
school.
back and forth. It's now Creed
You're good, you're
versus
good.
Gerard. They're spinning around in circles. Who will actually get out of this?
You're so close.
Okay, Gerard, remember, is our pirate, but Austin
Triforce
going
on
from the
top.
top rope right now. He's got Gerard in
Triforce
the
on
headlock.
top.
He started to
Link
move him
between
over
worlds.
into the center. Jackie, get away from him. We have another container here.
Go!
Where's
Go
the
get that
obstacle
worm.
course,
And it's too little, too late. We're now looking between first and second. Third has already been decided here for Marcellus. Marcellus thrown a towel, but here we go. We're still back into this one. We are button mashing for our goddamn lives right now.
Get that worm, buddy. Get that worm.
Okay, Gerard got Austin in the corner. Austin trying to turn this one around. Austin again is in the blue blazer. They've got their fingers interlocked. Gerard is trying to throw him from the top rope. Austin, can he get back in? Is he gonna be enough? He jumps. He climbs back in. He's now turning on Gerard. They're trying to force him out, but Austin will not go down.
Headbutt. Throw that head. Come on.
Finding his way back in, using the ropes, trying to find that bounce. What? You're in blue?
Yes.
Austin, what do you have to say to your friend? He didn't believe in you.
Cesaro, suck it, nerd. Yeah, I'm at work playing video games with my friends. I don't need you bringing me down while I'm doing a good job over here. Streamer Squabble, what up? Champion. I get to take on this sweet, very expensive trophy and put it with all my other very expensive trophies. Let's go. I know what you're thinking. Adam, you do plan on having video game reviews in your video game show at some point, right? Well, come back after the break to find out. Spoiler, we review Solar Ash. Stay right there.
Five breadsticks for my triple treat. 3 layers deep, 10 Cinnabon mini rolls to eat, and the pizza plus another pizza. The triple treat box, only from Pizza Hut.
SteelSeries, we make the headsets, mice, and keyboards that the world's best gamers win the most with. And we've been doing it since way back. It's up to you how far you go, but whatever you do, go for glory.
What's the recipe for surprising the kids, treating yourself, and ditching dish duty? You're looking at it. Order your Pizza Hut faves like original pan, original stuffed crust, and more at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Welcome back to XPlay. Hey, Gerard, you ever wonder if you have what it takes to be a Void Runner?
Absolutely not. But Sessler asked himself that very question in our review of Solar Ash. Up next.
Have you ever wanted to escape into a fantasy world where a huge world-ending environmental collapse is on the horizon, but the powers that be couldn't put aside their differences to come together to prevent it? Wait, we already are living in that world. I'm talking about Solar Ash. Solar Ash is a third-person platforming game with some light action and a surprising amount of skating. You play as Ray, a Void Walker who chose to jump into a black hole to save her planet from impending doom. Ray can best be described as the coolest person to ever exist. I mean, she's a futuristic world saver who essentially wears Heelys and skates around colorful environments, destroying haters in her path. Ray must explore different areas in said black hole, also known as the Ultra Void, to defeat anomalies that permeate everything, leaving a wake of destruction in their path. These anomalies come in the form of giant beasts and a black lava-like goo that can sometimes be used to your advantage to reach certain areas and is sometimes your enemy, just like me and Derry. Ray's story is primarily told through caches found in each environment, a sentient AI named Sid, and a handful of characters found in each ruin. The caches are optional collectibles that give you a piece of a suit with some minor gameplay upgrades, but the real appeal of the caches are audio logs from Void Runners who came before you, each giving you a glimpse into what they dealt with on the same journey you're on. The sentient AI, Sid, acts as an old friend, helping you piece together memories of the Void Runners who came before you, while also serving as a home base. Speaking to her allows you to upgrade your shield, change your suit, and get some basic info about the location you're currently in. Think of her like Siri, except actually useful. Each area offers a new gameplay mechanic, like rails you can grind, or mushrooms whose spores you have to use for some light puzzle solving. Not very realistic considering the last time I used mushrooms, it only created problems. Anywho, each environment looks absolutely gorgeous. Most locations look like a colorful dreamland with half-destroyed cities floating on fluffy clouds. The colors are vibrant and the animation is beautiful. Honestly, kind of makes me think that the Ultra Void ain't so bad after all. Except for all the monsters trying to murder you. You're constantly being reminded of the threat you face. Giant monsters loom in the background, just waiting for you to try and defeat them. The combat is simplistic and for the most part, pretty satisfying. You can slash at enemies or go into time slip to slow time and use a grappling hook to quickly get to faraway baddies. Bosses, on the other hand, are a different story. Each level ends in a different boss, and each boss is a giant monster who moves through the ruins. When you've defeated enough of the goo puzzles, you can finally face the boss, skating across their bodies to attack weak points. And while the skating around can be fun while exploring the ruins, it proved to be too floaty and imprecise for the boss fights. I often found myself falling into a hole, accidentally stepping on the hot goo, or simply just running out of time. It never felt like a satisfying challenge to overcome. Instead, I just found myself frustrated and lowering the difficulty to just get it over with. It also doesn't help that although each boss looks great and has a different design, the actual fights felt pretty much the same every time. Stylistically, everything about this game feels great. The environments are bright and colorful, and all of the animations are beautifully done. The music feels dynamic and impactful. There's also a certain amount of awe you feel when entering a new area. There's nothing quite like seeing one of the bosses overlooking each region and knowing that eventually you'll have to face them. I found the game's simplicity to be really satisfying. I enjoyed skating around the worlds, even just to pick up plasma, the Splatoon-like liquid currency used to upgrade your shield. While exploring the ruins, you also encounter environmental puzzles either to defeat the goo infestation in the area or to reach caches. None of these challenges are overly difficult, but they are satisfying and really show off Ray's fast-paced skating. That being said, the environments may have been gorgeous, but ultimately felt a little bit shallow. The game offers some light world building in the Void Runner logs and in some of the NPCs you encounter in the game, but unfortunately, none of these really had a big emotional impact on me as I played. We never really find out much about Ray outside of her mission. And the stories we get from other NPCs, although tragic, never really give us a full sense of their lives. Solar Ash just kind of shows you how their stories ended. And although these endings are often sad or difficult, I never really felt a sense of these characters as whole people. And once the story concluded, the metaphor didn't really hit for me either. Call me cynical, but I feel like every indie game nowadays is about one of three things: depression, climate anxiety, or childhood trauma. Or sometimes all three. And in Solar Ash's case, the game really hits hard on the climate crisis metaphor in the beginning, but never really sticks the landing. In conclusion, Solar Ash is a game that wows you with its aesthetics, while every other aspect feels a bit shallow. The gameplay and story are perfectly passable, but unfortunately not quite memorable. Like me, perhaps it's hard for anyone to see past Solar Ash's good looks. Being this beautiful is sometimes a curse. This is to say that overall, Solar Ash is a stylish and mostly satisfying experience with a few frustrating platforming moments. I think it's a fun time, but not really one that will stick with me after the fact. And that's why I'm giving Solar Ash a 3 out of 5.
And that is our show.
For more content, almost but not quite as good as this, check out the G4 TV YouTube and Twitch channels.
But we also save the best for cable.
See you Muppets next time.
Peace.